We're joined now by Bassmaster Elite Series pro Matt Herren, who is currently in 4th place in the Angler of the Year standings. Matt, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. You are on there. You've been out on the Mississippi River, down launching out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. How'd you find the river today? High, low,
Yeah,
muddy?
you know, a little high. Seems like it's on the rise, and definitely all. And, you know, it's clear in places, and it's just kind of got a variety of everything right now. It's definitely a river that's changing.
Mm-hmm. And with the weather that looks like it's in the way, it looks like there could be some more rain. How does that figure in how you put together your game plan for this tournament?
Well, you just got to take everything into consideration as you go through your practice period, and almost kind of look into a crystal ball, make sure you cover all your bases in case it does get extremely high or big rains, or you just never know with these rivers. So you kind of got to fly by the seat of your pants, so to speak.
Well, the last group of tournaments were all one deep, and now it's something completely different. How's that? Do you like going shallow, or were you liking it better when you were out deep?
I'm pretty well-rounded. I can fish, however, I've been fishing offshore deep, but, my strengths, for the most part, I'm probably known more for being a shallow water power fisherman than I am an offshore guy.
So this tournament could be right in your wheelhouse.
Could be. With these rivers, it's all about finding that right little pattern, that right little area. And if you find either one, you can do very well in these tournaments. So it's just a matter of, working real hard and trying to find that right little area with a good group of fish.
What kind of water temperatures are you seeing?
I've seen anywhere from 74 to 79.
And you think
it's getting hotter? They're calling for upper 90s here tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to get hotter as the week progresses, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Now, you think you're going to be spending most of your time in the backwaters or in the main river channel?
Kind of a combination of both. I'm going to look both places, but everything will be predominantly 5 foot or less.
5 foot or less?
Yeah, I think I'll spend the majority of my time 5 foot or shallower in this event.
And where are you finding clearer water, and where is the muddier water?
Well, the backwater seem to be holding the clearer water right now. Anything is protected from the river, and then the river's kind of off-colored and running pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you think of the Mississippi River or any of these true river systems, you think a lot about laydowns and shallow wood, as well as some shallow eelgrass. Are those the kind of things that you're seeing out there, or are they holding on some other different kind of structure and cover?
Well, the fish here got an absolute smorgasbord for stuff to get on. They've got lily pads, they've got eelgrass, they've got milfoil, they've got coontail, they've got wood, they got rock. It's absolutely amazing the amount of targets and the cover available to these fish in this Mississippi River.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of can catch them however you want, just kind of got to adjust and see which thing that day is holding the most fish.
That's pretty much it. You can run multiple patterns here. You just need to figure out, what the dominant pattern is going to be and what the quality fish. That's the whole key to doing well in tournaments, is figuring out that little pattern that the quality fish are using. Your better grade fish.
Is the guy who wins this going to have a mixed bag of largemouth and smallmouth, or more of one or the other?
He could, but I kind of expect it to be a strictly largemouth deal.
Yeah, just the better quality fish you can probably get a little bit bigger bags focusing on the largemouth.
Well, normally you would say that, yes, but we're here so late in the year that normally this is pretty early in the year, but because everything's so far ahead. The smallmouth spawned 2 months ago, and they've had an opportunity to put some weight back on.
Right.
So, and they could be a bigger player than what I would what have first anticipated.
Mm-hmm. And 3 different pools that you can choose from. You think you'll be locking or staying in the launch pool?
I'm definitely gonna practice in all the pools. I won't know whether I'm gonna lock in the actual tournament until, it's time to go.
Right.
We got 2 more days of practice, so it's just gonna be a matter of covering water. We figure it out.
How does the Mississippi River compare to some of the other true river systems that you fish on the Elite Series, and what kind of history do they have on river systems?
Well, I grew up in Alabama, so I got a lot of history on river systems, and I generally fare pretty well on river systems. It's standard river fishing. You got oxbows, you got jetties, you got spawning pockets, natural creeks. You got any kind of deal here you want. It's just a matter of keying in on the right, what's happening this week.
Well, you've turned the corner on the season here. We're more than halfway through. You're sitting at 4th place in Angler of the Year. Is that a good place to be, or would you rather be leading the thing?
It's a good place. I'd rather be leading it, but I still got an opportunity, and that's all you can ask for is an opportunity, and I've still got that opportunity to continue to do well and move up in the standings. So I'm sitting in a really good place right now, so I'm looking forward to it.
Going into the season, if someone would have told you that you'd be in 4th place going into the Mississippi River Tournament, would you have thought that was pretty good, or did you expect, looking at the schedule, that maybe you could be even doing better?
I actually, with the schedule and my strengths, I'm extremely happy to be where I'm at in the points, primarily because we've had to do a lot of offshore fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm well-rounded enough I can do it, but it's definitely not my strengths. So I've really had some quality tournaments this year.
So in a challenging schedule, just for your strengths and maybe your if you had your druthers, this is pretty good for what you might have thought going in. With the
sure.
With the rest of the season, you got another, in this northern swing, you've got another Wisconsin body of water, which will be quite a bit different than the river, and then Oneida. How does that stack up for what you like to do and how you like to do it, and what are your chances of being in the conversation up until that very last tournament?
Well, Lake Michigan is the unknown that I really don't know what's going to take place. I think it's going to be pretty much dominated by smallmouth. I can hold my own at times. It just depends on, if you go in the right group of fish. But Oneida, it kind of sets up to fish where I like to fish. So I really look to have a chance when this thing winds up at Syracuse.
What would an Angler of the Year title mean for you in your career?
Oh, that's everything. AOY to the anglers means way more than a classic does.
Mm-hmm.
The public thinks the classic's the crown, but to the anglers, we all value the AOY just because we know how hard it is to achieve.
Right. With what you know about your fellow competitors and the way that the conditions that you've seen on the river today and the weather that's coming up, who do you think is going to be tough to beat this week?
Oh gosh, any of your shallow power fishermen is going to be extremely hard. Brent Chapman, this is right in his wheelhouse. He'll do well here. David Walker will do well here. Evan Evers is going to do well here. Otto Poe will do well here. Pretty much all these guys fish the Elite Series. You got some that are dominated by offshore stuff, but pretty much every man to a T is very versed and very capable. Shallow power fishing. So
that's going to make your job a little bit.
All your names that you expect to see in that top, they'll be there.
That's going to make your job a little harder. The 3 guys that you mentioned are right there, all in a group with you towards the top of the AOI standings.
They sure are. They are, and they're there for a reason. And it's because they're great, capable anglers, and there's a reason why they're there. So,
well, it's
just going to be a matter of which one of us gets on the right bunch of fish.
Well, good luck to you on the Mississippi River. I'll be down there later this week and introduce myself, and maybe we can do a little morning interview on camera, put it up on the web, and hopefully you'll be one of the guys that's in contention to win.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Take care.